In this video, we're going to talk about how to set up our welcome folder in our master course. The first thing that you want to do is open up your editor, which is your little pencil here. And you'll see your syllabus. In GradPoint, in the master copies, what they have is called a course home. And we want to replace that with a welcome folder. And the reason is that in their course home, the student resources include a syllabus that is not appropriate for our trimester schedule. It says they have 12 to 18 weeks and it gives them assignments that we may have removed or does not include assignments that we may have added. So, however, I would suggest considering keeping the teacher resources file just in case you need to refer to any of the answer keys for assignments. So by clicking the teacher resources and dragging it down out of the course home, you can keep that. And as you can see with this little red eyeball here, that is something that is not viewable by your students. That's something that only you can see and access as needed. After you've removed that from your course home folder, you're going to come up here and delete because we no longer need that. Now we're going to come down to add, so we can add our own folder. You want to say welcome to English 9A in my case, or whatever your course is named. And then we're going to just drag that up to the top. So now I have my welcome folder. You're only going to need to create this welcome folder once, and then we can copy it from the first course you've created it to all your other courses if you have multiple courses. To refer to what you need to add to your welcome folder, go to the drive, and you can look in two places. In your master class setup folder in the drive, there's a course setup folder, and you have your setting up a course in GradPoint document and the master course setup checklist. And I'm going to open the checklist for us. Everything that goes in the welcome folder is in this blue category. And if you want to go to the document in the same folder, it'll have more detail. So the first thing we need is a syllabus or pacing guide. And so I'm going to go back to here, and we're going to add, you want to make sure everything within your welcome folder is a rich text activity. And I'm going to name this whatever I deem applicable. And then here is where you would add your pacing guide. I'm going to say OK. Next, I'm going to add another rich text activity, and this is my instructor information. And you can add that there. Remember, you do have your landing page. Here's where you might reiterate that information, but also add more editable information, such as your office hours that might change from year to year because it's easier to edit it at this point in the course after it is pulled down each trimester, or each year, than it is at the landing page level. Okay, I'm going to go sneak back to my checklist. Student contact form. I'm going to add the spot for this, and we're going to discuss in a later video how to create that student contact form, so be sure to look for that. Right now I'm just showing you how to build it because we want to go over our settings. The orientation video. The orientation video is a separate way to add that, and please look at the video for embedding that and linking the YouTube channel. So After you have these and the other one, the YouTube video and the orientation video added, your welcome folder will be complete. However, we would like you to apply the following settings. Click the editor and go to navigation and mark as complete when the student marks this activity complete. And student must complete before continuing. What this does is make sure that the student at least has to say, hey, I looked at it before they continue. Now, the student might not actually look at it before they continue, but they are acknowledging that they said they did before they can move on, which gives you some accountability on their part so that you can refer to later, hey, you said you looked at this, you said you were familiar with where the pacing guide was, you said you were familiar with where my course information was. And most importantly, you said you completed the contact form, and then they are more likely to actually submit that contact form and that information to you. So just on each one of these little activities, we're going to go to navigation, mark this complete, must complete before continuing. Even your returning students, even if they're familiar with this information, all they have to do is mark it complete real quickly if they don't need to review it. So it should only take a few minutes. Remember, you will only have to do this for one welcome folder, and then we will copy this and all its settings into your other courses. If you have any questions about setting up your initial welcome folder or the settings needed for student navigation, please be sure to ask. Thank you.